Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. This is a Super Dave special review. Super Dave here with another Super Dave special review, and this time we're taking a look at a new company called LADo Toys, and this is Liya Alopex. She says there, "My name is Leah. Nice to meet you." What's it say? First time I've ever met you. Is there anything I can fix for you? So she's a fixer. Now, I just thought she looked so cool, and I wanted to order her. So this is going to be like a special review. She's a repair woman. She is apparently a cat. And so another thing that I thought is, could this possibly work with Masters of the Universe, like with Katrina, or even with Thundercat? So we're going to be looking at them too, but I just wanted to go ahead and partner her with a few of my other oddities that I put in my Masters of the Universe scenes to see, but I didn't want to make this an episode of figures, playsets, and accessories that work well with classics or Masterverse, because I just don't know that she's got that look. She's got the jean shorts and stuff, but we'll see. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, but I just wanted to review her. Can't really see her that well in the package. I love this little view of her here, but yeah, she's adorable. I mean, I don't know if she's from a video game or what, but I noticed on the corner here, it has like a little video game representation of her, it seems, almost. So, you know, and it also says on the front here, Mystic Land. So maybe she's, maybe you know where she's from originally, or what her story is. But let's go ahead and break open our Liya Elupex and check her out over here with some of our friends of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. All right, let's first of all take a look at our Liya Elupex accessories. And Leah comes with 4 sets of hands. She comes equipped there with a set of balled up fisted hands, a set of weapon holding or tool wielding hands there, also open palm hands, and then 2 specific hands, one that's designed to hold the tools like the screwdriver or the wrench, and then I'm not sure exactly what that one's for, but it may be to kind of rest her hand on her hip. Kind of looks like that. Then she comes with 3 face sculpts. She comes equipped with this kind of stoic, plain, regular, basic face. And then she comes with an angry face where she's kind of talking and raring. And notice that she's got blue eyes here. They're kind of an orangish red here, and they're kind of blue when she's angry. That's kind of different, isn't it? Well, I don't know if it's angry as much, but she's showing her teeth, and she's got a kind of furrowed brow. And then a sad, pitiful, either shy or crying face. And we're back to the orange and red eyes. And one thing that's very cool to note, all of the eyes are articulated. And that's why it comes with this little device where you can latch hold to the square pegs behind their face plates and change the direction of the eyes on all 3. So that's cool. So she can look up or down or left and right, which really adds a lot to the expressiveness of this character. And I think that is really cool. We'll see how easy it is to perform here in just a few moments. But then she comes with tons more accessories. She comes with a sword, a wooden sword, and a wooden mallet or hammer with like a steel type strap around the front and the back and the handle there, just a wrap around the sword. And then she also comes with a tool belt. And in that tool belt, there is a screwdriver, a wrench, an adjustable wrench, and then an axe. And yes, that tool belt will strap on to her waist belt with those little white pegs that you see on either end of the belt piece. And these tools are removable. Give you an illustration. Grab this little wrench here, and I put a piece of putty on the base so that they won't fall out. So that's really cool. But these are very fragile, so be careful. I've already bent this one a little bit. And then she comes with this really neat stone grate type looking base with a peg hole so that she can stand on that, and two extra little things, which I only have one displayed here because I didn't want to lose them. But yeah, there's two of them in case you have one break. I think these are the ones that fit her hands, I believe. May fit her neck also, but I know there's two of them, a spare in case something breaks. But just look how easy she is to pose, realistic here, just even with what we've done, just to have her sitting on this wooden crate that's actually paper. These are designed by Extreme Sets. You can get a whole set of the little foldable wood crates, and because some of the pictures that it showed had her sitting on a wood crate like this, working, or working with her tools. So I thought it would be cool to bring these out, and but unfortunately they do not come with the character. And then she comes with this little bio card, which has a front and a back describing everything about her. And there again, it looks like a figure from a video game. And it says Mystic Land. So maybe she is a part of a video game named Mystic Land. And there again, if you know something about it, maybe you can fill me in and tell me. See, there's the English version. It says, I'm Leah. First time I've met you. Do you need anything fixed? Fix. Version era 001, basic information. She's female. She's 16. Her height is 186 centimeters. Her specialty, her species is Arctic fox. She was born March 23rd, era 37. Occupation mechanic. She has pretty good strength. Her magic ability is a D. Her intelligence is a D. Her agility is a C, and her health is a C. So it gives you kind of, so apparently it is, and then it shows you the things. See, the sword training, mechanical appraisal, and mechanical repair are her skills. And then it says scan the character code on the back to view the skill animation. Cool. View the skill animation. Let's try that. Okay, so I scanned the QR code on the back, and it gives you the same information that it did on the back of the card, but you have product details, which shows you images of the action figure, and then you go to character introduction and you translate it to English here at the top right hand corner, and then you can see these little animations it talked about. There she is swinging her sword in practice, and there she is doing her mechanical identification, like a little magnifying glass looks like. And then there she is doing her mechanical repair with a wrench. That is so cute. Character story there if you want to read it. And then there is a QR code. So there you have that information that it comes with if you scan the QR code. So apparently this is based on a action figure, or I'm sorry, a character in a video game. And now let's take a look at our Leah and her articulation. Okay, now I know why they packed this really nice stand, because if you don't have a stand, you're not going to get this one to stand up by herself. That tail is so heavy and bulky and thick that you would just never be able to get her to stand up. But the tail does plug into the back there, and it will go side to side, and it will go up and down. And the cool thing about it is you can even articulate the tail. That's right. See, it's on a ball joint, so you can move the tail around like so, and even the base of the tail. So you're going to be able to get it in all kinds of different positions. So that is really, really cool. So that just makes it really neat. You can see she's got like a pair of goggles on her belt there. Now, I want to go ahead and show you, so you see that I equipped the hand, and it mentions all of this in a little manual here, which tells you everything about this character and what to do, even down to what hand you use to hold the sword, the axe, and the hammer, and what hand to use to hold the wrench and the screwdriver, and how to install everything, even how to install the tools inside of the tool belt, and how to attach the tool belt, and how you can do pull down method. I mean, everything is told how to do, even the eyes here, everything is designed. See, even the tail, I mean, you name it, it tells you, and that's a really neat little handy trick. And I believe it's in Mandarin and in English there. I know it's in English. All right, so I've got that hand equipped that holds the wrench perfectly. And she just looks so amazing. The detail, even the wrinkle here in her brassiere area, the fur. She has a mix of realism and animation. Her hair, the shading, her joints are like perfect. The feet are a little loose. That's why you see right here, it's near impossible to get her stand up. Even with the stand, it's difficult. So not only do I have it equipped to hold a wrench, but then I put this special hand over here, which I was right. This one is to make it look like she's resting her hand on her hip, which works perfect. Now, it may also help her to hold something. But without further ado, I do want to go ahead and show you how to change face plates and change the eyes. So I'm going to set the hair back there. We'll pop out this and set her back there. If she'll stand up with that heavy tail, I have to almost lean her forward. And then we're going to take out this handy dandy tool, and we're going to turn it around, and you see there's square little pegs. So we want to make her look up. So we're going to turn them and go up like that. Plug it in to till the square peg matches, and then up. And there she's looking up. And then you could look down. Gotta make sure they're matching. Oop. There we go. Now she's looking kind of down to the side. But you see, it's not that difficult. And if we wanted her to look that way, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and put her face plate back on here. 'Cause I like this face. We'll leave this one on. May try the other ones out in a few minutes. It's very easy. Just match the shape. Then see there's a peg. There's a peg. Just match the shape. Plug it on in, and voila. So let's start with the articulation. First thing, since we've looked at the eyes, is the ears. The ears are on a ball joint, and you can have them going straight up, like so. You can have them going down, like that. Turn them. You can even turn them the direction you want to. Like that, make them look like they're going back a little bit. Or you could actually make them go back further. You could make them go down. I think that would be kind of sad. A sad face maybe. But we'll leave them up like that. And you see there's hair in them that matches everything, so that's cool. And then she has a handy dandy ponytail, which is also articulated. The wrench does fit, if you'll notice here, in a little groove that is shaped right inside of this hand. It's designed just for this and the wrench. I think both wrenches maybe. No, I think the other wrench has got a bigger handle, the adjustable wrench. But yeah, but let me move it out of the way here right quick and show you that that ponytail piece, it can go back like behind her shoulder or in front like so, resting over her shoulder, and it'll go in and out a little bit as well. But for now, we're going to go ahead and have it rotate and go behind her shoulder like so. But isn't that neat? That one braided little piece, and it's articulated. I haven't really been able to tell that any of the rest of the hair is articulated, which is a shame, because that would allow the head to look up more, because, yep, you guessed it, that hard hair is not going to let that head look up. Now, you're going to be able to adjust those eyes to look up, which would be cool, right? But you're not going to be able to look up, but you are going to be able to look down a good amount. That's pretty good, because unfortunately, I don't think, let me see, the neck is not articulated. It's just this head is on a double ball joint, so it can shift back and forwards. That's the reason it's able to look down a really good amount, and then also get some really good head pivot. Look at that. That's so adorable. And you could even, you know, do all kinds of adjusting with that. That's really neat. I tell you what, this action figure is just very expressive. Now, of course, we're going to be able to get full 360 with those arms. She's going to be able to strike better than a T pose, more of a Y pose. She does have bicep swivel, which is really well hidden there. There's not a butterfly joint, but there's a little give, but I think it's just because of the joint that goes into her chest. She does have double jointed elbows, which gets fairly decent range. Let's see if she can think like that. Can't quite. Yeah, she can reach her chin. Cool. So she's thinking. So you can see that. And then this is a ball joint, which, you know, these tiny, they're kind of like Figma, is what this reminds me of. It depends on which direction you have the hinge, whether it's going to be vertical or horizontal, but that's fine. And it also swivels. But remember that those little pegs are super tiny, and I'll show you what I mean. Because when I pulled out this balled up fist, the peg came with it, as you see there, and it didn't break. That's just the base color there. But I'm glad it came with those extra 2 pieces, because that's what I used to put this hand in the hole, was one of the extra pegs. But just remember, they're super tiny, so they can break easy. And this, you know, the swivel, hinge, everything's the same. All right, now to look at her diaphragm, she's going to be able to crunch forward that much. She's going to be able to bend back that much. But then if you incorporate the ball joint in the waist, she's going to be able to bend there and go further. And then the same with going back. If you incorporate back, you're going to get some gappage there, but she's able to go back even further there. I've shown you the tail already, and I did that on purpose because I wanted you to see how much of a issue that's going to be as far as getting her to stand. I've still got her on the base. Let me take her off the base. Okay. But yeah, very, very, very much heavy on the tail end there. Literally. All right. Now let's show you that she's going to be able to go side to side really well, incorporating both the diaphragm, bosom area, and the waist. She's also going to be able to rotate at the diaphragm and not so much at the waist, because of the way her, I guess you'd say, love handles are a little bit designed. They're not going to allow her to rotate. So rotation is going to happen at the diaphragm. All right, she is going to be able to get full splits, and she does have the drop down method as it shows in the instructions. So, you know, she's going to be able to kick up about that far, but then if you do the drop down method, it goes up even further. And then if you incorporate the other end here, yeah, she's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. All right. Then right here at the Daisy Duke shorts here, you are going to get a thigh rotation that's hidden by that break. So you see that rotates really nice. And then she also has double jointed knees, which look really good. Really nice there. And then there is no boot cut, but she does have the ability to swivel at the shoe. Goes down about that much, goes up very little amount, but it does have kind of a let's see if it's a ball joint. Yeah, I think your foot pivot is going to be kind of like the wrist, dependent on which way that ball joint, because it is kind of a forward facing pin. So I'm not sure. Not very much, if at all, any foot pivot. But there is a little toe hinge, as you see there. So you get a tiny bit of toe hinge. And then there is a peg hole on the bottom on both feet that allows you to use that nice stand that it came with. And I showed you the tail. I think I got all the articulation. I think I got all of it. Excellent articulation. Bravo. Really, really well done. Now let me show you putting on this little tool belt. Now notice there's a little belt part that comes down with a hole in it. That's your first peg. And then there's another hole right here in the belt. And that's your second peg. Well, I say second. We're going to start with that one. We'll line that up. Try to push that in there. Without breaking that peg. That's what I'm scared of. And then bring this one down. Now that's where I'm having some trouble. I was hoping maybe I could use this to push that down in there. Let's see. There we go. It went in. Good. Got them both in now. Isn't that cool? There's even a little metal grommet there. I guess it's metal. I don't know if it's metal or not. But yeah, that can go right up against her hip. And now she can turn that axe down to the side and rest that hand right there on her belt. Isn't that cool? Haha. Let me go ahead and change those eyes right quick. And there she's looking down at her tool belt and she likes it. She's like, this is the thing right here. Let's see which tool I need now. So yeah, you can really, it's really cool that she can be that expressive. And then see, she's looking over to the side at you. Got them pretty close. It's, you know, it's always hard to get the eyes just right. Get them just alike. Those eyes are so bright. They almost look translucent, like, you know, real pupils. So that's neat. She's got such a cute little face. I love this character. She's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun and just looks neat and is very expressive. So I'm just bragging on her here. So now let's do a face swap and just check those out. All right, so now we got the angry face on there. You can see the teeth, the furrowed brow. She's hammering that hammer into her hand. I'm ready to pound some moles. And then eat one of them. And then lay it on my owner's doorstep as a reward. Alright. Yeah, this thing kind of gets in the way quite a bit. You see just that little bit that I've moved her leg. It kind of like jumps up. bunches up, so might have to remove her tool belt to do any dynamic poses, but that's really cool. Now let's look at the other one where she's sad. She's sad. Her face is a little flushed. Her ears are droopy. And she doesn't know what to do. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't fix this. They're going to be so disappointed. All right. And here she is resting her foot on her stand. Yes, I am using the peg hole because, again, it was very difficult, even with her foot in the peg stand, to get her to stand up without falling backwards because the feet are so weak. But I got her leaning forward just a hair, and then I brought her ponytail thing, or braided part of her hair, it took back to the front and equipped that open palm hand as though she's kind of bringing that over and kind of stroking it. Then I still have the, kind of resting on the hip hand equipped. And I put the eyes kind of tilted up in the center so you can see that expression. She's just so expressive. This is just so much fun. With the exception of the tail being so heavy, this figure is very fun to play with. Now, if I had one suggestion, that really hurts this figure, is that they should have made the tail somehow hollow and lighter, because that is going to be an issue, but she's just so much fun. It's worth it. I mean, just so much fun here. You can see the Norseman over there. I've got the little guy from Metal Slug over here that I like him. He fits in with my Motu. I've got Conan over there. I've got one of the half horse, half man for Mythic Legions. I forget what they're called right this second. And then I've got the threesome set over there, Shauna, Khazar, and Zabu. And then we've got Link flying on in here, getting ready to land. And then we have Human, that's right, by Savage Crucibles. And so we've got a great lineup to welcome our Leah. But now let's do some proper comparisons. And here is Leah with our Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man, Revolution He-Man, without the battle armor gear, but with the regular gear, and a Hordak MX head sculpt. And then here's Leah with our new Eternia Teela with the snake armor and her gear, but this is a Revelation Captain of the Guard Teela head sculpt that I have on this body. So that is explanation on that, because I will not use that other Teela head that came with this, with the eyes looking up, rolling up in the back of the head or whatever. But I do have some new Teela heads that Hordak MX has sculpted for me and has available, I should say. So I'm excited to get those very soon so I can try those out on this new Teela. And I have ordered finally was able to get a hold of, since Walmart canceled it, a Teela vintage collection. So I'm excited about that as well. And they also canceled my Man-at-Arms. What's up with Walmart? The vintage collection, you're seeing, people are seeing them on the shelves, but then you can't get them. But anyway, this is these two are some of my favorite Masterverse figures with the special heads. And then here's Leah waving, saying, "Hey, I'm proud to be a part of this crowd. I've even got my sword ready." And here is our Leah, the Catwoman, next to Katrina, who's also a Catwoman that was in the Filmation cartoon. This is a Motu Classic Super 7 action figure, and she looks a little shiny and a little less detailed to stand beside this particular very, very detailed action figure. But you could make it work if you staging them with some other figures. And then this one is a very, very detailed figure, third party. I forget his name, but he's like a monkey guy, and I love using him like as a stand-in in the crowd or in the background, or hanging around the trees and stuff. He's just really cool looking to me, and I'm going to use him. I'm going to develop his character in one of the upcoming Masters of the Universe movies that I'm going to make with action figures, because he's going to have some special powers, but that'll be a surprise. But yeah, this cool kitten action figure here is actually, they actually say she's a fox. I keep saying she's a cat, but they actually said she's a fox, and that makes sense because of her face. You can tell. So I was putting her in with the foxes, with the cats, but and it makes sense too with that big fluffy tail that she's a fox. So I keep saying cat, but still could put her with some Thundercats. We're gonna check that next. And here's Leah the fox beside LADo, our Chitara. There is Snarf, and then there is Pumira from the second season. And those are the two female Thundercats, along with the Lord of the Thundercats and his nanny, well, friend, we'll say, adventurous friend, Snarf. But yeah, I just started thinking about it after that last segment. This is my first fox action figure. Here I was thinking I was reviewing a cat, and I come to the realization this is a fox. So guess what? I do have another fox on order. There's a picture of him from, I believe it's the Animal Kingdom. I've got a couple of those figures that I put with my Thundercats, and they are cats. But yeah, I mean, you can still use the fox because there's other animals on Third Earth other than just cats. I mean, there's hyenas, there's jackalmen, of course, and then there is vultures like Vulturemen and reptiles. I mean, there's all kinds. So yeah, wouldn't hurt for them to have a friendly mechanic that can help Panthro when they're fixing the Thunder Tank. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we got another mechanic on board, a friend. And since we're on the topic of Thundercats, let's look at our Leah next to our Willow, leader of the Amazons and the Willow Forest, or the Third Earth Forest, and then her younger sister Nada. So Willow and Nada here, who are expert bowsmen, archers, and excellent in hunting. And they are looking cool with their bare feet. But yeah, they could pal up with this fox girl here. And here is our Leah next to Hayak from Metal Slug 3. And I love this little fella. I don't know why, but he is just one of my favorites on this scale. I mean, I pretend that he's part of my Masters of the Universe. He's a friend of He-Man and the good guys, but he's just a short dwarf on Eternia. And so that's kind of the same idea I think I'm going to be using this Leah. I like her so much. Figures that I really like, I figure out some way pretty much to put them in my Masters of the Universe story. Or Thundercats, or both, since I sometimes do a crossover with Thundercats and He-Man also. But then also here's another figure that I got, kind of like this Leah, that I just really liked. And this is this female rabbit type girl, and I liked her because of her muscle tone and just her overall look. She was just fun to pose around, and so even though she's even shorter, I do have her on a stand, just like I've got her on a stand. She doesn't need a stand to stand, but I just was trying to give her a little height. Bless her heart, she's short. She's about the size of Hayak here, and I forget what her name is, but she's just fun and just cool. So I thought it would be cool to look at her next to our Leah here. And hey, why not put our newly inducted turtles into our Motu Masters of the Universe clan, our group here, allies and friends, muscle-bound Ninja Turtles. Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello and Michelangelo are on the way from China. I don't know how long it'll take them to get here. I think it might be late February, but they are on their way, so I can't wait to review them. If you've not checked out my review on these guys, you need to, because these are awesome. They are epic, and I think they look good with our new fox girl here, Leah. They are all looking awesome together. I think so. They're very detailed also, kind of like she is. I'm thinking about maybe treating these turtles with a matte spray eventually. They are on the shiny side, and I've heard others say that. I don't know, because a lot of my Masters of the Universe are that way too, and I have treated some of them. No, anyway, they are looking great here with Leah. Cowabunga! And here's a figure that has nothing to do with Motu, but I just, again, liked her. She's a Cyberpunk Fighters Club Quinn Lee. Saw some cool images of her on Big Bad Toy Store. Wanted to get her. Her eyes are also fully articulated behind that faceplate, but also liked her muscle tone. She's a gymnast, a fighter, and just looks cool. And so let's see what she looked like here beside our Fox girl Leah. And then an average Marvel Legends figure, Phoenix, the fiery hero herself, looking cool. And there she is next to our Leah. So if you want to get a scale there, and again, remember, she is standing on a little riser there, so that she'd be about the same height as the Marvel Legends. And thank you so much for joining us for another Super Dave review. It's been a blast taking a look at this action figure. She is just so much fun. Leah, our Fox girl, and I do want to make her a part of both my Motu and my Thundercats, just like I have done with Link. He definitely is a part of my Motu universe. And soon to join him, we're going to be doing a review of Princess Zelda that was a part of this particular franchise of Link. And so that's going to be fun. And I think that she'll go with the quality and the build and the matte finish of Leah. But yeah, I think she can still, since she's a fox and she's so unique, I think she can still, we can use our imagination and put her with He-Man and Tila and Shauna over here, and our Hayak and our little widget over there, and all of our Masters of the Universe figures. So for sure, we're going to have fun with her. But thank you for joining us, and be blessed. Have a wonderful week, and come back and see us. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.